Hey, I'm Kevin with Godlyke Incorporated, and I'm here at System Recording in Grafton, Mass. with Ken and Buzz from Unearth. Guys are recording a new record, and I've known Ken, man, forever, it seems.
3, 4, 5 days.
Like at least 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And man, they've been long-time Maxon advocates using our stuff, and Ken has just been, you know, a big advocate of Maxon stuff for many years. So he's used the stuff on many records, and
all my records.
Tell us about it.
Yeah. Back in the day, I want to say somewhere around 2001, 2002, I looked up Maxon, and I knew that you guys used to make some other products before that time with other companies. But I loved the 808. The initial pedal, the first pedal I ever got from you guys was the Maxon 808 Overdrive pedal, and incredibly transparent, very musical, awesome pedal. Basically, we used it on every single one of our records. Yeah, I'll show you my broken one. Actually, this is the very first one I ever got from you guys.
Yeah, I still have to send you another. He sent me one that
you actually
looks way worse than this,
Yeah.
that I still need to fix.
It survived a shark attack.
Really?
Yeah, I usually swim with them. But yeah, that's my very first pedal ever, and it's used on just about every tour and every single thing I've ever done. And recently, I've started branching out and using this guy right here. Depending on the amp that we're using, the OD820, and the vintage pedal over here. This guy right here. This is very good for like rock and roll. I found it very cool for rock and roll. It has a very specific sound for rock guitar.
This jack is loose, actually.
Oh,
I have to fix this.
Everything's loose.
Yeah, I'm curious because I mean, you were one of the first dudes to ever get in touch with us about, you know, endorsement stuff. And I remember back in the day, you were sending me like VHS tapes of you guys playing like the New England Metal Fest
and porn.
And it's and it's funny because like I had kind of, I don't know, I'd fallen out of metal at that time. It was like in the early 2000s. I was just, you know, really busy getting the business up and running. And he sent me these live shows of just like kids just killing each other at shows. I'm like, yeah, this is amazing, you know. And it seems like the 808 really became this staple of the New England metal scene. Like, and I almost feel like you were the guy that kind of single-handedly started the whole thing. So like, how did you actually come across the 808 to begin with?
I remember I researched it, and I remember also asking Adam about it because he was our studio producer at the time.
Okay.
And I can't remember if he had one, but I remember asking him like, "Hey, have you ever used it?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome." So I bought it. Yeah. Well, or actually, yeah, I think
at first you bought them, and then you contacted us later because you were already using this stuff.
Yeah. It was. I swear, I think we used one on the Oncoming Storm. I think that was the first time we had them in the studio. I could be totally wrong, but I'll say, yeah, they were just so. It was so different of a guitar pedal to like get my hands on, because being a recording engineer, a lot of times you press a pedal and it gives it like a whole different like color. Like that particular pedal would take away from the actual tone of the amp, and it would just change the sound of everything. But the 808 was so transparent at the time, I just fell in love with it. And
back in the day, there was all types of gimmicks dudes were putting in front of their amps. It was always like a distortion pedal, or my favorite, the BBE Sonic Maximizer. Everyone was like, "Oh, you gotta get it, bro," and I was like, I'm just not feeling it. But then it was like Overdrive pedal came along on the Maxon. I was like, that's what it is, because it just like,
what does it do?
It makes it sound like you're eating a sandwich.
Okay.
A big sandwich.
You know, this has a BBE maximizer in it.
Does it?
Damn it. Yeah, I've always been interested because like sometimes guys always say like, you know, they're big advocates of the 808, but not exactly sure how to put it into words, you know?
Yeah, it's basically transparent. That's what it does. That's what it offers people. Like you press a pedal and you don't change the voicing of the amp, and it just sounds better. You know what I mean? It's like a lot of pedals will just you'll press them and you'll immediately be like, oh god, like that sounds like the pedal. Like you know, that's a sound.
Yeah.
But I mean, your pedals are great. Like some of your other pedals have like a sound to them too. But I particularly like the 808 because it's just very slicey and musical and cool.
Now over the years, you've used a bunch of different amps too, right?
Well, yeah. When we first started, I want to say I was using a Marshall, and Buzz was always a big fan of the 5150s.
Oh yeah,
like good, like that. And then later on down the line, we started using different amps. Like right now, we're really stoked on the EBH heads, and the Laney stuff.
Yeah,
it's really great. And I've been, as you can see, as with today, I've been using the Kemper. I've been profiling a lot of my amps and taking them on the road because it's very easy to deal with as far as taking different amps with me and blending them and stuff like that.
Buzz, you using the Kemper too, or no?
No, that's too rich for my blood.
Yeah.
It's a fun little toy though.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool, and it sounds awesome. I mean, it's,
So are you doing a 5150 now, or?
I do the EVH now.
Oh, okay.
I got a Laney as well. I mean, we always kind of been keeping it moving with different amps here and there, but I think the Kemper is like, it's going to put an end to that constant like cycling of amps. Oh, you get this new thing, you get, because every year it's like, oh, check out this new thing. I was like, oh, I want that too.
Yeah.
So with the Kemper, it's like, you know, and Ken's always jocking dudes rigs. Oh, let me get your shit, you know. So it's like he's always got the freshest sound on his thing. You know?
Oh, that's great. Great.
It's cool with the Kemper. I mean, you're allowed to, like, I'll get a great amp in here that's one of a kind, and then you'll profile it and have it.
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
But you're still running the 808 in front of the Kemper even when you're using it.
Yeah, because I don't trust, nothing against Kemper, but they just don't sound as good.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I've started my career using a Maxon, and I'll end my career using it. I don't care if like new technology comes out. I'll continue to use it because it's my security blanket.
There you go.
It's the stuff you hide from your
So
girlfriend.
warm and fuzzy.
You're like, don't tell.
Okay, I'm curious. Talk about the difference between the 808 and the 820 and how they feel. You know, because they're similar circuits, but slightly different. And in the past, I had sent Ken an 820 many years ago.
That?
Yeah, we should absolutely. But I had sent Ken an 820, and he sent it back to me actually, which I thought was cool because most guys just keep stuff that they don't like and sell it. But Ken sent it back and was like, it's not working for me, dude. I'll stick with the 808, which I thought was cool. And then about a month ago or so, he dropped me a call and was like, hey, send me an 820.
Like, you didn't like it
already.
Yeah. I hit you up, and I was just like, it's too dark. I don't know what it is about it. And now that I'm older, I'm more mature. I'm mature enough to ease into that pedal, and it actually has an extreme amount of low end that it feels like it darkens up the tone, but it's actually just so much low end. It's like, it's pretty rad. And in certain applications, it's like you can't get that out of any other pedal.
Are you using it for Unearth stuff, or more for the USA stuff?
No. As of right now, we've been tracking with it, and I think we've been reamping and stuff, and trying. Cool. Like, I've spent about a week like moving microphones like 2 inches left and right, but it's definitely going to come. I can't promise that that's going to be it, but I think that might be the pedal. It just has a certain sonic like quality to it, but anything can happen from now and in a week, you know. You also got turned on to it by Zeus, right? No. It was just I needed something else. Yeah. Okay. I needed something else, and I didn't know he even used Maxons, but he's a really good engineer. He lives up the road. Yeah. Apparently, he used it on a bunch of the Hatebreed stuff and whatnot, and has been using it on a bunch of different recordings. Although I can't. I believe it. I believe it. It's a great pedal, and maybe in my young years I wasn't ready for it, but I matured into it. You stepped up, yes. Yeah, but actually, can I talk about this pedal too? Yes, of course. I was saying today, out of all your pedals, the second most used pedal that I have, you can see there's so much dust on it. I never turn the knobs, but it's the what is it called? The CP-9 Pro. It's a compressor. And for all you guys like out there that like do stuff with like clean guitar tone and stuff, I don't think there's a better pedal that is a compressor. You know, I think you guys made a great product with that, and I highly endorse this. I use this pretty much every other day in my studio. Thanks, man. So. The interesting thing about this pedal is that while I was joking about the BBE thing before, this actually does have the chips in it are all custom made for DBX. So this is technically like a DBX 160X compressor in a stomp box. And so it's like a studio grade compressor that you could take out on the road with you. And a lot of guys just love it. In addition, it's got voltage doublers in it, so it runs at 18 volts. So it's just got tons of headroom. So it's just like destroys the front of an amp if you want it to. You know, you could just dial in just obscene amounts of gain. You know? So it's great. The second I turn it on, like any type of clean tone I'm working on, it just feels like right in my face. Yeah, it just jumps out at you, but also it's like dead quiet too, because most VCA compressors, if you crank up with that much gain, you just get a lot of hiss, which you don't get with this. So that's I'm just probably one of the best pedals you guys make. I'm just riffing on this because I just found out about that. I wasn't even aware of that. So, yeah. Just sharing it with the masses. Okay, so what else do we want to talk about? I'm hung. I'm ready to party. Okay. Well, let's track some guitars, and then you can show people how you're using this stuff. Show you some stuff and see how it sounds. All right, guys. Stay tuned.
Okay, so in closing, these guys wanted to pimp their new ESP signature instruments. I don't think Buzz's is new, but Ken's is new. But for all you guitar porn addicts out there, this is it.
ESP LTD BUZ-7. 7 strings of riff rifleness. Alder body, neck through, maple fretboard, innovative input jack placements, and then a kind of a thinner style rigmarole there. And then you hit the strings and it goes rug tug and you're on your way to rock stardom.
Nice. And
Mine is a little bit thicker than Buzz's, obviously, as always. It's basically a Horizon, and it is also alder and ebony fretboard. The cool input jack. This is the new fad, right? Like input jacks that are in odd places. I put mine right here.
just put one up here.
Yeah. Actually, one of these days I want to make a full guitar just full of knobs. And I'll hand you my guitar and be like, you can play it as long as you find the right knob at the first try. No, but anyway, and the cool little feature about this is some new technology as well as the Evertune Bridges. Absolutely amazing product. I have kept guitars like in a room for like 3 months without tuning them and picked them up and been completely in tune. And on tour, I barely ever have to tune. It just always stays in tune, so it's amazing.
Hence the name.
Yeah,
Evertune.
Evertune. If the strings don't break, I will guarantee you that they will always stay in tune and be awesome.
Yeah.
This is the best guitar I've ever received, and ESP is going to be putting it out hopefully very soon, so you can buy it.
Sweet. Okay, Ken and Buzz from Unearth and their beautiful signature series ESPs. I'm Kevin with Godlyke signing off. New Unearth coming at you in a couple of months. Check us out online, Maxon FX. See you soon. Go get some Maxon.